seen a lot of decent Mii Sword Fighter randomly at Combo Breaker, and also there's a Mii Sword Fighter in Skiff's region. I can't remember their name, but they're supposed to be really good. Skiff speaks really highly of them. But okay, we're getting the name. This person's name is TaloHalo. So I've not heard of them, but we all know ApolloKage. ApolloKage, you can make the argument for being the best snake in the business right now. I don't think anybody will fight you on it super hard. I mean, there isn't BD. They're very close in skill, but
ApolloKage is excellent. ApolloKage is only getting better with time too, but comes back on with the down air, lands nice and safe on a platform.
Nice.
Down tilt into forward, little clean bit of damage.
I like the attempt to try to like knock ApolloKage into that grenade explosion too. So one thing you have to respect, I know Mii Sword Fighter is a very niche character. That tornado confirms into like every kill move you can imagine from this character.
You just gotta get the spacing. Sometimes the biggest issue is Mii Sword Fighter is not fast enough to like get there with the up B to get there with the up air. It can become like a 50-50 with air dodges, but the down throw into the up air, excellent stuff, especially with a little bit of a platform extension. Easy kill for Talo, and whoa!
ApolloKage, hello. You, hey man. Don't sleep. I know it's pools,
Tech
but
chase with the tornado, slow active projectiles cover so much space.
Yeah, TaloHalo is going crazy right now. And as we saw that down throw up air, that is a thing that both Mii Brawler and Mii Sword Fighter kind of share. I think Mii Brawler uses up B, but if you get grabbed on a platform around the mid percents against either of these characters, pretty much lights out. So you have to be really cognizant about what you're doing when you're above them.
Absolutely, but now you see TaloHalo like, hey, I have a lead. I have no incentive to go in right now. I'm going to play back. I'm going to deflect. These grenades mean absolutely nothing to me. I could have gone past him. I can shoot him back. I can pick him up for myself too. But TaloHalo is taking a bit of chip damage, but chips aren't a meal.
Yeah, they're not a meal. You see ApolloKage trying. And here's the thing. He's respecting that tornado spacing so much because even at 91, Snake has like awful aerial drift. So it's already kind of hard to get out of like tornado and up air as it is, but Snake is not escaping that combo.
Yeah,
but yeah, that chip damage you were talking about, we're at 76%, so we're kind of fighting our way back here. TaloHalo's got to be careful.
Definitely in favor of ApolloKage, right? Because if you're only taking 5% for every like 10 that your opponent is, then you're definitely like winning the long battle in this sense.
Oh man, now we're almost pretty close to even. Tries to land a falling fair one. I'm not sure what it confirms to for Mii Sword Fighter. I'm sure it's something. I just don't know what. But ApolloKage fought his way back, got a lot of damage with just projectiles, but we just need to see who's going to get the first confirmed.
Excellent stuff. ApolloKage baited the reflect through the grenade. TaloHalo committed to it, and then ApolloKage was able to get the dash attack and then set up into that position. So now that's like that mix-up. You know that they're going to reflect this option. You want to bait it, and then you want to punish the option after the reflect. And TaloHalo got blown up.
Yeah, so despite the crazy way that started, ApolloKage really did find his answer. It looks like him just kind of like camping him back, reflector aside, is just giving him so much mileage in this matchup. It didn't even look like it was working at the beginning, but little by little, here we are.
Yeah, but the question is, how do you actually close? You need a back kill. You need a forward. TaloHalo eventually does have to go in on ApolloKage.
Yeah.
Slowly trying to get in that forward, a little bit generous spacing.
I've actually had a similar experience, like playing this as a Snake Youngling. It's just like, all right, cool. All these projectiles can confirm to a lot from him, but if you're not in range for the confirm to actually happen, none of them actually matter. So now he's at 199%, and like as long as he stays just out of mid-range, he's gonna never die.
Yeah.
But TaloHalo finds a way and takes that up tilt. And this is a character that can rack on some pretty solid low percent damage if he gets like a grab. So AK is going to have to remain really careful and keep camping it this way to not get this even back up.
But ApolloKage has now like really adjusted a lot of his spacing. He's now put himself at a position where like if he picks up a grenade and is stuck in like the throwing animation, he does have enough time to back away from a tornado. So now he's no longer afraid of things. Went into the beautiful approach option. TaloHalo trying to get in with that up B, little tornado, but you have to initiate.
Here we go.
Down to go, up hill, looking for another one, but ApolloKage commits to a double jump.
Yeah, good job not overextending right there. There was a C4 in the way, but that little interaction, oh! ApolloKage snuck in there with that up tilt. TaloHalo is definitely putting up a fantastic fight, though. I am not sleeping. I'm about to look this player up because he's playing this really well, because I would argue this is definitely one of like the stronger high seeds we have in this bracket.
So I will say this. TaloHalo, the times that, you know, they were losing the stock was because of, like, up Bs over the ledge. But then you also need to consider the position that TaloHalo is in. Mii Sword Fighter does not have the best off-of-ledge options for somebody who, like, sets up traps. Typically, with that up B, you can go for, like, drop-down, double-jump planks with that up B because of how generous of a hitbox it has. Against Snake, that doesn't work as well. I feel like a lot of the mentality from TaloHalo was, like, I just don't want to go to the ledge. Mii Sword Fighter has bad out-of-ledge options. Mii Sword Fighter struggles against Snake, which is, this is his win condition.
Right.
And so TaloHalo tried to avoid that. So even though he got blown up for it, I understand why like that happened.
I really like these down tilt strings we're seeing from TaloHalo, by the way. I feel like a lot of the Mii characters just go for like down throw into like whatever, rinse, repeat. But it looks like he's got a pretty good command of all of his combo strings.
Yep.
And the fact we were talking earlier about like Snake being so powerful while crouching and low profiling, going for those dash attacks. Down tilt is the exact angle he needs to not only like prevent that, but the fact that he's getting combos from it is a pretty big deal.
Oh,
up air,
chase down, dash in, dash out, down to up in. Beautiful stuff. TaloHalo's tracking, that shulking, impeccable.
Yeah, TaloHalo actually getting the lead once again in the second game here. And like I said, Snake doesn't really have a lot of aerial drift, so you have a character that's like sharking under you and has just enough speed in this case to like keep you under the pressure. This is not going to be easy every time ApolloKage's boots leave the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. And on this stage as well, TaloHalo seeming to be like more confident to assert center, jumps in, jumps out, looking for that chakram, doesn't get it, dash attacks in, backs off, people popping off for Mii Sword Fighter. What the hell is going on in Texas?
I'm not going to lie, if he wins this is going to be like one of the biggest upsets we've seen so far.
Oh,
This is insane. Like we saw Jared is King over Lima, which is like a pretty solid upset, but we're all very familiar with Jared is King. And I'm looking at TaloHalo's results, and they're solid. I think it looks like they're from Texas. I'm seeing a lot of results from Freaks here.
Yep.
But this would be a big upset, and he's in a really good spot right now.
Okay, back to the free stage control, like knowing, you're outside of the percent range, maybe try to get some sort of a ledge trap at this point. Backs off a little bit, gets that tornado. ApolloKage getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah. And now we're kind of seeing the inverse. It's still like it's hard for him to confirm at the mid-range, but ApolloKage is so far down, what's he going to do to take the stock? TaloHalo's had a really good, I don't want to commentate a curse, but has had a really good awareness of where C4 has been.
It's going to be an up tilt in 3 seconds. That's exactly what's going to happen. TaloHalo is going to land, he's going to go in there, and he's going to, you know what, never mind. F-tilt it is. I was so ready for like the hypest clip. Anyways, 156%. You have a lot of damage to make up, but as long as you're kind of shield camping, Mii Sword Fighter does not have a lot of reliable like ways to kill.
Yeah, and it looks like that was a pretty big knowledge check right there, knowing that if you just shield Tornado from up close, you can just get like a free F-tilt punish or probably something even greater. So that's really important for ApolloKage. You can see him already starting to play the front a little bit more aggressively because he knows that that projectile is a little bit less threatening than he thought.
Okay, backs off with the grenade. Oh, maybe forgetting that he has it in hand. Goes for the high recovery. Watch out, he's coming in from above, and he lands onto the platform nice and safe. So many explosions yet again, and that's that chip damage from before. Snake has a much easier time killing than Mii Sword Fighter as well.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, like he's at 216%. He's once again in a spot where like he has a lead, but how is he going to kill? And honestly, playing the trading game with Snake is almost always in Snake's favor. So I don't really exactly know what he's going to do from here. None of these projectiles are ever going to kill Snake. He might kill him with his own grenade at best. But yeah, ApolloKage is like, I'm down, but I'm not out. So, if you want this kill, you're going to have to come over here and earn it.
Yeah, and again, just mixing up his movement, trying to stay as ambiguous as possible. Down tilt, definitely not going to kill. That is a Snake at 242%. You just need to sneeze on him, and that Snake's gone.
This is this is maybe some of the highest percents I have ever seen in all my years cast this game. 255 and still not dead from that projectile from Mii Sword Fighter on Kalos. What an insane counter pick.
Halo's like mentality must be like insane to just like sit there with like the same steadfast expression and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to force this skill, I'm going to keep on camping. Ultimate is the game of low percent combos, but not kill potential. But that's all you need. You need that one opening. If you parry it, yeah, that's the opening.
261, and he's still approaching. Okay. Finally dies from a forward tilt at nearly 280%. That's got to be really discouraging for TaloHalo because he took the lead so quickly and efficiently in that first like 90-so seconds of the game, but here he is down against AK despite all that.
Okay, reflects out the grenade. Now just doing the same old song and dance. Little chakram, little tornado as well, causing all sorts of natural disasters.
Wow.
So many explosions on the screen. ApolloKage's damage output looking phenomenal. His option coverage, I cannot like speak to how effective it is. He is truly like a master of like what he does.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he took this lead back so quickly. I think if you're in this position, it's just like, okay, so camping from this range got us a lot, but, like, I never killed him to 260%, and now I'm not winning the camping game at all, and I'm, 1 or 2 interactions away, and that could have done it. Great confidence to not spot dodge right there. Nair jab 1 is not true. It was just meant to make you panic for up tilt, but speaking of up tilt, he finds it anyway. Unfortunate for TaloHalo, but very well played by ApolloKage. He did a lot of really good adapting on the fly to a matchup that very few people are familiar with, and I think he just played that excellently. Having to play both of those games come behind. So